about that. We had some technical difficulties there, but I think we got it straightened out. So I think we're back here at Summoner's Rift.
All right.
The match is going to start shortly.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay, so it looks like both teams have loaded in. We've got UAH on one side, the Red Hawks on the other side. Last game of the season before playoffs start. So like we were saying before, not exactly a must-win scenario for the boys, but certainly something that they would like to win. Seal their own destiny and just walk right into the playoffs here without having to worry about the outcome of any other games. Real quick look at the draft. Quick overview here. We've got really solid comps on both sides. Huge tanks in the top lane with Mundo and Ornn. We've got some pretty heavy ganking junglers with Udyr and Kayn. It looks like some pings going down, but no level 1 invades. And then you've got some nice scaling mage mid laners. The Vex versus Viego. And real interesting bot lane here. So the Karma got through. Interestingly, very strong champ right now in this patch. And so the Lucian Karma versus the Aphelios Rill. Definitely going to be interesting. Probably very volatile down here. Some heavy trading early. But both junglers starting on the bottom side. They're going to be working their way up to the top. So we'll just have to see what kind of pathing they're going to go for. And it looks like both of them are going to be looking for some sort of full clear. So good chunk of damage there. And it looks like Rel getting the worst of it. And so for this series, it looks like we've got Zodiac back up in the top lane again. And these trades against Mundo are looking pretty good. The matchup to keep your eyes on here, other than bot lane where Any Day has already visited. And it does look like we have a pause, so... we'll see if we can get word on...
A summoner has disconnected.
Okay, it looks like we might be having some connection issues. But during the pause, we can talk a little bit about these team comps. So Vex versus Veigar mid lane, the matchup that I'm going to keep my eye on. Definitely both hardcore scaling champs, not terrible in lane, and definitely are going to try to throw down every chance they get. So first 1 to 6 is probably going to have a lot of fun trying to all in the other one. And both Kayn and Udyr are very good gankers. I do expect to see both of them in mid lane at some point. As we can see, Kayn cleared his bot side and went straight bot. But it looks like he crossed a ward. So nothing doing there. And Udyr's just clearing to the top side. Any word on what's going on with the pause?
Let me check. I'll be right back.
Sure. So pauses can be caused by any number of things. But I'm fairly certain I heard that someone had disconnected a moment ago, so my guess is internet connection. That being said, go ahead.
So I just got word that one of our players' computers crashed. So he's rebooting. He should be back into the game in just a second.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, good to get the crash out of the way early when nothing's going on.
I agree.
I wouldn't say nothing is going on. I mean, obviously, Any Day already trying to get into bot lane. They did have the deep ward to spot him, though, and I think that's probably why that gank wasn't as successful as it could have been. But still, you gotta pressure lanes like this. Lucian Karma is just really, really hard to fight early. So obviously, at this point, Kane's probably going to be able to... he's already stuck on this bottom side, so he might get Scuttle. And then he's probably going to take a look towards mid lane, I'd have to believe. And Udyr making his way to the top. Both top laners sitting somewhere around half health. So wouldn't be surprised if he made a run at Zodiac up there. But Udyr, he full clears really quickly. Really strong farming jungler. And his ganks are good against certain champs. I think heading up top probably his best bet at this point. Just because with the changes in this season to mid lane, running from a bush that's far away, he's probably just going to get hit by a Vhagar wall.
A summoner has reconnected.
Oh. And it looks like it was Jackal. Jackal with the crash. But he has reconnected, so I imagine they'll be unpausing momentarily.
Yep. Game should be starting back up shortly.
So let's just quickly take a look at summoner spells. We've got the Ghost on Aphelios. We've got Exhaust on the Rill. Also Exhaust on the Karma. And the Cleanse over here on the Lucian. So, interesting choice of spells here. No heals bot, no ignites, nothing like that. But the double Exhaust is going to be interesting. Because technically, Lucian could cleanse the Exhaust. And HMG can run fast. So, very common for Aphelios to run Ghost in the first place. But into this matchup, I think it's probably best. Just because there might be times that he's going to have to either run or run someone down. That being said, Lucian is very concerned about being locked down by the Rill. TP's in mid, TP's up top. Nothing crazy there. Mundo running Ghost. Udyr also running Ghost. So we got double Ghost versus double Flash for the top side of the map. And we are back in. Good trade. Although Mundo does heal quite a bit. Not as much early. And Udyr is definitely going to be attracted to that area. Okay. The game's stuttering a little bit, probably from the pause. But we are back in again. So big trades up top. Both junglers made their way up there. And it looks like they're fighting over top scuttle. Jackal first one to rotate. Let's see if he can get the cage down. It's probably on cooldown. He flashes. He nails him with the edge of the cage. Very close to making that work. Zodiac made his way down as well, but... And that's just going to mean that Scuttle goes over to the Hawks. Unfortunately, Jackal very low on mana here. Probably going to have to TP back to lane. And now Udyr has made his way bot. Fortunately, nothing doing there. And Zodiac pushing him in. Let's see if he gets a recall. The thing about Ornn is he actually doesn't need to recall most of the time. He just builds his own items in lane. And being over half health, he's probably better off just continuing to keep this pressure up. Here comes Any Day. They might be looking for a dive here. Now post 6, this wouldn't work out, but... And he's going to take the tower shot. Ah, still, first blood. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you have to give that over. Unfortunately, it's going to be freezing. Or I should say it won't be falling under the tower, so Zodiac's not going to lose a lot of farm for it. In mid lane, you got a couple champions that do some pretty serious wave clear. So not likely they're going to be throwing down any sooner than they have to. Udyr caught out here. Do they have the damage to take him down? One more Q might do it. HMG flashes the wall. He takes him down. Oh, this is a close fight.
Never falter.
And that's going to be the end of it. So, I don't think there's going to be a dragon take just yet. But that's huge getting some gold on HMG. And that all started from Udyr just kind of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, Zodiac getting a good trade on the Mundo here. Problem is, Mundo with ult is practically unkillable for an Ornn. So at this point, and he did teleport back into lane. So now Mundo does have the teleport advantage. And so I think Zodiac really just wants to get this shoved in. Meanwhile, Dragon's still looking pretty juicy. Udyr on the top side. He's going to make a run at Zodiac. Let's see if he can get out of there without getting slowed to death. Okay, the fight is incoming. Oh, and the ult did not work out. So the trade is going to be Dragon. And what I didn't mention before, and actually didn't notice it till just now, but all three of the Void Grubs had already gone over to the Hawks. So, good objective control. Already first Dragon, already 3 of the Void Grubs. Mundo is going to get a plate here. It looks like Udyr's doing a little bit of an invade. Fortunately, the Mundo's very low and there's no chance of a dive. Jackal making his way up. Or it looks like he just wants to get a deep ward. But meanwhile, Any Day just taking all of Udyr's bot side jungle. So excellent trade for the Hawks there as well. Gold, slight deficit, less than 1,000. And at 8 minutes into the game, nothing to be concerned about, especially if you take into account what gold Void Grubs are worth. What 1 dragon would be worth at this point. So I'd say the game is pretty even. And Zodiac just continues to push. Meanwhile, bot lane getting shoved in. That's definitely to be expected. And both junglers kind of hovering that side of the map. Karma coming around to the mid lane. Looks like she wants to hit Jackal with a big ulti Q. Meanwhile, Mundo still does have ult. Zodiac throwing down. Can he get the all in? Oh, nice. Really well done. On the other side of the map, bot lane diving. Looks like nothing came of it. The Lucian very low. And Any Day shows up. They could be looking to dive again here. With the Lucian that low, you've got to expect it. It was a good flash by Lucian. He does go down. They get both kills and they walk. How clean was that? Okay. Vex is going to get one back. And we've got a big fight up top. Udyr goes down. He did get one of the Void Grubs. No, I take it back. He got two. Which some would argue might be worth suiciding for. But great dive down bot. And with Jackal roaming up to secure those Void Grubs and to kill the Udyr, Vex gets to roam down and kill Rel. Not the end of the world. So let's now take a look at the gold. It has swung heavily. And we've got what is just under 1,000k, or I'm sorry, a 1k gold lead for the Hawks. And with 4 Void Grubs, not ideal, but you'd still rather be the team with 4 than 2. Vex caught out here, having to flash out of the wall. Udyr making his way up. They might want to turn this 2v2. Jackal trying to walk it out. So a lot of fighting going on in the middle of the map here. But let's take a quick peek at gold and items. So HMG off to the really early 3-kill lead. Down bot, looking really nice. Going to be completing that first item soon. And Zodiac with 2 kills up top, one of them being that big solo kill on the Mundo. And Mundo with 2 kills of his own, so very even up top. Vex found those 2 kills on that roam down bot. So she has the Ludens complete. So good cage here. Udyr showing up mid again, applying a lot of pressure. But honestly, Veigar, he loves to see it. So here comes Any Day. He's going to be speeding in here. Udyr's coming in behind. Can they delete the Lucian? They can. Now they can turn on the Udyr. Karma a non-factor here. Man, they've got the damage. Excellent. So good TP in by Zodiac. Looks like Vex is going to show up. She's going to get Rel again, but for her own life. And that's going to be a free dragon now. So good use of the TP, good roam down. That's literally all 5 members down there making that play. So we've got tower plates for HMG. Everything going the way of the Hawks now. Pretty solid 2k gold lead at this point. And at 13 minutes, that's a really nice number. So that last Drake being Infernal, you definitely have the option of the dragon stacking here for the Hawks. And when you're looking at win conditions, obviously you have some pretty hard scalers with the Horn and the Veigar and the Aphelios. The dragon stacking feels really nice. They have the 4 Void Grubs too, which does bode well for sieging later. And it looks like Jackal and Any Day are making their way up to the top side of the map. The Rift Herald is about to spawn. And they would love to catch out Mundo here. Here's the cage. Any Day's in. Vex has 1 hit point. Both of them are down, and now it's just Mundo. Can he Jackal with the fancy feet? It's gonna be tough. Rel with the stun. And he makes it out alive. They even give him the kill. Well done by the Hawks. So not only did they pick up a handful of kills there, I mean, that was a 3 for 0, but they're also going to get this Rift Herald. And you got to imagine wherever they drop it, they're probably going to get a tower. So really well done there. Love the roams. Looks like they're really working well as a team right now. The communication is on point. And it it looks like Jackal might be setting up the mid lane to drop this Rift Herald. Vex's wave clear is pretty good, but Mundo walking halfway to his turret and then deciding to TP. Not ideal for him at all. But I imagine he was worried about losing it. Good vision control on the bot side river here. Udyr trying to walk in, but he is absolutely spotted on the ward. So no objectives up right now, but still a Rift Herald to drop. I'll have to see where they decide to do it. Any day still farming. Looking for the perfect time. Vex dangerously low. She's going to have to back. Jackal with ult means you can't be anywhere near him. He doesn't have flash, but if she steps up, it's an easy one-shot. And Rift Herald is going to be summoned in the river, and it's going to be heading towards mid lane. And Mundo decided to all in at the wrong time here. And he's going to get shredded. Okay, Udyr and Karma here in the mid lane. Jackal's in a little bit of trouble. And he's able to take down the Udyr in the middle of 3. You know things are going well when you can 1v3. And HMG just going to shred Lucian. And you got to imagine that they're probably going to end up getting this bot lane turret here with no one to defend it. So mid tier 1 is down, bot tier 1 is down, top tier 1 not healthy, and Mundo again trying to walk out here. Just can't stay in lane long enough to defend it. And Zodiac just pressuring. Non-stop up here. Let's see if any item spikes have come through. Oh, we got a big dive onto the Vex. And he's going nowhere. Anyday's going to take that one with Smite. And Anyday with 6 kills. HMG with 6 kills. You got 2 on Jackal and 2 on Zodiac as well. So money all over the board in places that you want it. Mundo might end up getting top tier 1 here, but as you can see, 1 item completed for practically everybody that needs one. And this will be dragon number 3. So it being an Ocean Drake means we could be looking at an Ocean Soul here. So with a 4K gold lead at 18.5 minutes, the dragon stacking dream is real. It is alive and well. In 5 more minutes, that's all they've got to do. And with a lead like this, who knows, Baron is going to be up in a little over a minute. Could have some interesting shenanigans if they keep these lanes pushed and they get some deeper vision up on the top side. You never know. Here comes Anyday looking for the Vex. He's going the blue cane, and you just don't get away. Arma's looking for him, but did she really want to find him? Jackal's there. Looks like mid-tier 2 is under attack. And Zodiac wants another piece of this Mundo. Mundo popping ult here. Healing quite a bit, but... boy, this is the wet noodle fight if I've ever seen one. And Jackal's going to get to push that bot tier 2.
Never fall.
Meanwhile, HMG, if he gets enough shots on this tower... the wave is going to get cleared out. And the client really wants to see these 2 big guys fight up here, so we're just going to watch them beat on each other for a little while. Here we go. Some serious action. Udyr in a lot of trouble once again, and Jackal's just going to give him the R. So maintaining about a 4K gold lead here are the Hawks. And Zodiac's must be in it to win it to kill this Mundo. Any day, he's just trying to buy some time. Oh, nice sidesteps here. Any day can just murder this Lucian. And there you have it. That's exactly how you do it. Horn stands there and tanks everybody. Here's the 20-minute Baron. The absolute dream of dreams. They don't have any vision and they don't care. Udyr nowhere near this. In fact, I'm not even sure if UAH knows that they're doing it. They certainly know they can't do anything about it. So we're going to get a couple resets here. Zodiac moving down to the bot lane. I do think he'd much rather be team fighting, but with this Baron buff, he can certainly look to shove up. Udyr making his way down. This is a 1v2 that might be a little tricky because you can't really get away from the Udyr. So it looks like he's just going to fight. And just no way out on that one. We do have a little bit of a skirmish looking like it might start here in mid. The Hawks are going to be pressuring this mid tier 2. And it looks like we're going to have a big 4v4 confrontation as soon as Vex arrives. But you know what? No time for that. Udyr already down. Karma now down. Lucian not long for this world. Vex gets one back, but she's going to drop for it too. And now with Baron, Mundo's going to have to back because this could be the end of the game if he can't stop him. With Zodiac TPing in, that's 4 players.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Something happened to where we're looking at the bottom of the map here. But the pings are for bottom tier 2 and for Dragon. And just enough time for HMG to use his Baron empowered recall. But here's that Dragon we talked about. Can they complete the stacking here? Mundo wants to try to get some vision. He's going to be chunked. Sasasushi looking for it. He's got a good engage. HMG just free firing. Great cage. And they're just wiped. At this point, do you even need the Dragon? They still have Baron on 3. So it looks like the 2 carries are going to be pushing bot lane here, and they're going to take this Dragon for insurance. But this is ideal now. Absolutely ideal. So now with Ocean Soul, you just regen like crazy. So this Baron Siege, I'm not sure how much longer this buff is going to last, but they should easily be able to take this bottom inhibitor. And they could look for more. In fact, a 5v5 here sounds really good for the Hawks. They're sitting on a 10k gold advantage, even though they probably haven't spent a lot of that. I shouldn't say a lot of that. They probably need to recall. There we go. Reset, spend this money, and then just beat them over the head with their wallets. Easiest way to win the game. I mean, it's 24 minutes in. There's no rush. Camera doing crazy things, but Zodiac's going to drop in their jungle here. They all respawned and ran straight for him. So what's the play here with the Ocean Soul? Looks like they might just be grouping mid and looking to just fight this 4v5 and just end it. Jackal headed to the mid lane. HMG headed to the top lane here. Karma getting caught out. Yeah, against the Blue Kayn, you're just not allowed to be in places anywhere that he could possibly be. I don't even know any other way to put it. You can't be on the same screen. HMG just gonna fight Mundo straight up. Unfortunately for Mundo, all the Hawks are just gonna show up and tear him to pieces. Udyr's gonna be next. Just going to walk it down top. As soon as Zodiac gets here, we have a 5v2. Karma is going to be up in a couple seconds. Long time on the Mundo, long time on the Udyr. And at this point, the supers have arrived. Zodiac ulting for good measure. HMG just shredding Lucian. He's got to flash away. And we've got one tower dropping, a second tower dropping. Udyr's coming flying out of the base. This is the final fight here. It's got to be. HMG just too strong at this point. And boom. The Veigar laugh to end the game there. So great job by the Hawks. Ended this game very early. This was a 27-minute-ish game for game one. Looked really strong. Can say that every one of their picks looked good. Really liked the Ornn into Mundo. That seems like a really good answer. For someone who plays a lot of Mundo, that might be something they look to ban out with the Ornn. Because he did get solo killed and he did struggle. The Kayn, any day's Kayn, disgusting. And Blue Kayn, especially once he got to that point, just popping people all over the map. I am almost certain they've got to do something about that because they didn't have any sort of answer in this game. Obviously, the Aphelios and the Veigar getting super fed. Not sure how they're going to react to that. I don't know if those picks were specifically the problem for UAH, but we'll just have to see. You know, after you lose a game like this where everything goes wrong, you just say, why don't we just ban that whole comp? That whole thing is just complete toxic. So we'll have to see what they do in this second one. But it's 1-0 right now for the Hawks. Everything looking good. And we've got the second game coming your way in just a few minutes, so stick around.
Yep, we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Um, Looks like the draft is taking place now. Both teams are banning. Redhawks winning the first game in this best of 2 out of 3.
Oh
Redhawks, if
yeah.
they're able to win the next game, will clinch a playoff berth. So,
Yeah, pretty exciting. And right off the bat, the salty bands. You've got the Aphelios, the Kane, and let me guess, probably someone else that they played in the last game, and the Rel. So here's how you do it. You identify the 3 of the biggest offenders in the last game, and you just ban them away. The bans for the Hawks have not changed. Still don't like Yone. Still don't like Nasus. The Milio ban, like I said, definitely targeting these players. I don't think at least 2 out of 3 of those are typically something that they would ban. But UAH said, tired of the Rel, tired of the Aphelios. Both of those bot lane just absolutely crushed. And the Kane just didn't have an answer for it, didn't want to come up with an answer for it. So here we have a different bot lane being picked. And I do think that that's going to be a support of Mumu. Certainly flexible. Definitely can jungle. But the Hawks have played support of Mumu quite a bit in the past. They do like to pair that with things like Jinx and other scaling carries. I mean, Aphelios would have been fine too, but in response, because whenever Lucian Karma doesn't work, when you can't win lane with Lucian Karma, now you got to find some stuff that can play a little bit safer that can still said safe, and now they might be picking the Pyke, but Pyke Caitlyn, another really aggressive lane. And the Pyke might just actually be in response to the Amumu. We'll have to see if they go through with this pick or not. Yeah, so it looks like the Caitlyn give you a little bit of safety in the lane, some pushing power early. And Pyke into Amumu, not something that you see very often. Not 100% sure where they're going with that, but definitely a champion. I'm sure that they like to play into engaged support. So Misfortune coming out as well. Amumu Misfortune might be one of the most iconic combos of all time, where you do the bullet time into the zone where the Amumu has already done his ulti. So the level 6 spike there is going to be absolutely disgusting if they land that. And the Hawks are just going to go ahead and grab Veigar again. Worked well in the first game. The Vex was not a good answer for it. So just blinding Veigar is working out so far for the Hawks. A champ you didn't see in their last series, surprisingly. And Nunu comes out on the other side. So Nunu can be flexed around, but very, very likely playing jungle. I don't think you want to play Nunu mid into Veigar for multiple reasons. But very good roaming jungler, can be everywhere, gank every lane multiple times. And as you saw with the Udyr, that's exactly what he was trying to do. For someone who could just sit and farm, he ganked early and often. Actually, both junglers just kind of went crazy with that. And now we go back into the second round of bans. Ilui banned out. Brand banned out. That's an interesting one. Haven't seen the Hawks play Brand. But UAH has some information somewhere that Brand jungle, apparently, because it's not going to be mid, it's not going to be support, unless Amumu does get flexed to the jungle. So, not sure what they're thinking there. I'm pretty sure we're seeing the Misfortune Amumu bot lane. And then on the other side, Darius denied, Yasuo denied. Makes a lot of sense. Looks like they're going to answer the Veigar with the Vex again. And to be fair, it's not like Vex had a bad game. Definitely found some good roams on some dive spot and found a way to pick up a kill here and there. Problem was always trading her life. And every time it was for the rel. Every time I can remember at least 2 different distinct times. Going in, blowing everything, and trading their life for the support. So we'll have to see how that works out. This time they let the Hecarim through. And Any Day is happily going to grab it. And the Volley Bear for Zodiac. That does now confirm that the Amumu is going to be bot lane. So once again, big front line, lots of engage, some zone control. The Hawks really put together a good draft. So what's going to be in the top lane in response? They know it's going to be up against the Volley Bear. Again, the Mundo. Very interesting. Part of me thinks the Hawks could have just ran back the Ornn and forced him off of the Mundo pick because that did not look good in the first game. But here we are. Kind of a similar comp, you could say, for UAH. But definitely like the changes that the Hawks made. And of course they had to because 3 bans came directly out of what they picked last game. And I'll just say, I'm looking forward to this game too. I think the Hawks are going to do really well. I think their draft strategy was strong. They've got a lot of momentum coming out of game 1. And they have to have all the confidence in the world.
I believe so too.
So they're going to plug all these into the client. Once again, we're going to take a quick break. And we'll be right back here for the start of game 2. Don't go away.
first regular season game featured NECC competition between Catawba Valley Community College Redhawks and the University of Alabama-Huntsville.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Oh yeah, how exciting. After a really spectacular game 1, coming into game 2,
30
lots of
seconds
confidence for
until
the boys.
minions spawn.
Like I said earlier, I think they drafted an amazing team comp here. Really good scaling, really good brawling, some decent split push, but I mean their team fight is just going to be amazing. On the other side, they're definitely going to be looking for some early roams. Pike moving around the map, Nunu moving around the map, even the Vex. They're going to try to get ahead early and stay ahead. That's got to be the strategy here. And when you look back to the last game, you had a team comp with the Lucian Karma and stuff that were supposed to get ahead early. Didn't happen. So let's see if they can turn things around here in game 2. Looks like things are going to be a little bit different this time around. Anyday going to start up there on his blue buff and work his way down. And then Nunu is going to be doing the same, except for he's going to be starting on blue and working his way up. Definitely got to watch out for some early cheeky Nunu ganks. A champion known for being able to be in bot lane and then mid lane seconds later. But here we go again with 2 big monsters in the top lane. And Zodiac getting the early push. In the last game, you had Anyday clearing his bot side and then early ganking bot. And here it looks like, you know, he's clearing the top side. And we might see him early ganking bot as well. So good damage onto the Mundo. See some pings coming out from the Hawks. I do think Anyday is going to be making a move here soon. They are getting shoved in a little bit on the bot lane. Once again, they warded the tri-brush there, and they're going to see him coming. The Hecarim is pretty fast. Good chunk there. And Zodiac just keeping the pressure on. My guess is we see the Nunu come top here in a moment. Just like last game. Splitting the sides of the map here. Now that they're pushing back a little bit, probably not anything for Hecarim to do. Anyday spotted on that ward. Looks like he had sweeper though, so he cleared it out. Meanwhile, some big trades in the mid. That's going to attract both junglers. Nunu getting his big snowball. Anyday anticipating this. He's going to have to cancel that recall. Here he comes. Gank fails. And Anyday's in. Nothing to be gained here, but definitely good coverage on mid. They're going to try to shove this in so that Jackal can get it back. And Zodiac all-inning on the Mundo here. Just chasing him down. Let's see if he can catch him. Maybe he doesn't have to. He's going to flash for it, but Anyday's going to take it for first blood. Nunu on the bot side. HMG in a little bit of trouble. Can he walk this out? He's going to drop, so we've got kills traded on both sides of the map here. And this is looking very much like last game in the same kind of way. Pressure being applied all over the place. Both junglers trying to get in these lanes. So let's take a quick peek and see who got that kill. So unfortunately, kill goes on to Caitlyn, exactly where they want the money to go. And with a whole wave advantage, it looks like that Caitlyn's going to be off to a very good start. Once again, choosing to take the cleanse. And this time Pike with the ignite into HMG's heal. So in a lot of ways, ignite counters heal. If you can get it down early, It's going to cut the heal by almost half as it applies the grievous wounds. The Zodiac keeping up the pressure up top. Once again, Any Day taking those first 3 Void Grubs, just like last game. Sneakily, I might add. But Hecarim takes them very fast. He's got the good AoE on his Q. Jackal in a little bit of trouble here. He's ignited, he's all in. And even Nunu there for good measure. So a lot of pressure being applied. Bot lane now knows that with Pyke off the map, they can shove in. With all that pressure going mid and bot, Zodiac taking a plate up top. Does look like UAH wants to start up this dragon. Not sure if the Hawks can really contest. But instead, Nunu's going to look for HMG. And he's caught out. So like I said before, the roaming of the Pyke and the Nunu. The key to the UAH strategy this game. That being said, we've got a very lonely island up top. So if Zodiac can find some advantages here. So a lot of times you trade the Void Grubs for the Dragons. But since they already have the Void Grubs, at this point, Any Day going all in. There goes Caitlyn. There goes Nunu. And the Hawks have just turned this one around. It looks like this is going to be a 4 for 0. And that's exactly what you want. Dragon going over, kills going over across the board. And that just completely blew the game wide open. So now a 2k gold lead by the Hawks. They've got the Dragon. They've got 3 Void Grubs. Everything going their way. And this Mundo just struggling.
Oops, my finger slipped.
In what is essentially a 1v1. Looks like Pyke making his way to the top. Zodiac back. I don't know if he sniffed it out or if it was just on a normal recall timing. Any Day floating around in that topside jungle. See if he spots out the Pyke, who's looking at mid lane. Looks like UAH would like to contest that, but Scuttle Crab goes over. The Hecarim clear speed is just fantastic. So is the Nunus, by the way. You couldn't ask for a more dynamic duo for the jungles here. Already an action-packed first 8 minutes. And I don't imagine it's going to be slowing down. Sashishugi getting caught out a little bit here. Can they block it? And it looks like he's just going to walk away, so... They get the Caitlyn ult out. Pyke's still level 5. So nothing to worry about there. They are going to get the shove down bot. But we're still looking at an almost 2k gold lead for the Hawks. Good double up. And that was about 30% of her health. Nunu come in top to relieve some of this pressure off the Mundo. Jackal shoving mid. Looks like he's going to be creeping up towards the top. Looks like he just wants a deep ward. Good trade there. This Fortune ult hits Pyke, but he's going to get away. Very slippery one, that Pyke. And now Zodiac finds himself in a 1v2, but here comes Jackal. And Mundo doesn't want to have any part of this. He's getting run down. Any Day nearby. He's finishing up the Void Grubs. And the Hawks just don't need him. Vex comes in. Any Day with the ult. Jackal ults the Vex right back. And they're going to chase Nunu under this tower. Any Day's going to fall for this, but
Shut down.
well done by the Hawks. Good rotations again. Can't say enough about the rotations in this game and last game. Just on point. Any day, always where he needs to be. Zodiac applying all kinds of pressure. And Jackal finding ways to shove against that Vex so that he can be where he needs to be, like in this case here. Any day on the bot side here. Could be looking to apply some pressure. Looks like he wants to sneak around. His ult is not quite back up, so I'm not sure there's any play really to be made, but if this bot lane continues to push, he will be behind him. They shoved Nunu out of the jungle, and now it looks like they're rotating around. The 1v2, but here comes HMG. Sashishugi in. Vex hops the wall. I don't think she wants to be there. She gets exhausted, and she's just dead. And they catch Caitlyn here. Mundo in a rough spot, down a level. Zodiac just running him down. Does he have what it takes to kill him here? He's gonna ult on his head? Yes, he does. That was a dumb question. He was saving ult. And their bot lane's gonna have to run away. So a lot of good tower damage. Looks like top tier 1's going down. Nunu does not really want that 1v1. Bot tier 1 losing some plates. And at 12 minutes in, we've got a 6k gold lead. So snowballing even harder than the first game. Hawks looking really good at this point. Let's take a quick peek at their golden items. So already, massive kill numbers across the board here. Huge jungle CS advantage as well. Everything in the pockets of the people they want them to be at. Jackal getting caught out here. Sashishugi just seconds late getting back in there with the ult. But that's not going to make much of a difference. Here comes Zodiac. They're pincering him in. Vex taking that. Interesting. Do they kill here? Here comes the Pike. Misfortune ult over the wall. And unfortunately for the Hawks, that doesn't go very well. So UAH fighting back. Gold lead dropped to about 4k. They want to get this dragon, but here comes Jackal on the TP. Caitlyn having to flash and cleanse. Jackal just has too much damage here, though. They're just going to clean this up. So after one unfortunate play, Hawks turn around. Completely clean up that fight. Using that TP advantage. Mundo going to get a little bit here on the top. But he's pretty far behind. And the next objective here is this Rift Herald. Looks like UAH is very interested in grabbing this. They've got 4 members heading in that direction. Pike's been spotted. The Hawks, not quite with a man advantage here, but perfectly willing to start this up. Good flash by Jackal, good cage. Unfortunately, too much damage there. But after committing all that, can Nunu survive? He runs in just to get destroyed. Mundo not feeling very good about this either. Vex flashing, but Sashishugi's there. Looks like the Hawks are just going to clean this one up too. And that's the trade. Blow everything on the mid laner, and then lose the fight at Herald. So Zodiac's going to ride this one in. They're going to take out mid tier 1. And they might just keep it rolling.
Red team's turret has been
Yeah, looks like they're going to get a charge on tier 2. Nunu there with a big snowball. I'm not sure if he wants to be there, though. He doesn't even have ult. He's going to flash away. Okay. Very questionable. And Zodiac flashes back in. Just completely fearless on this volley bear. Any day in a weird spot. And he fight it out with the pike. Oh my god. That was an impressive, fancy footwork there. Vex shows up, unfortunately, with the Kate ult. And now Zodiac was in a little trouble. Good ult by HMG. Vex trying to turn this one around. Not going to happen.
rampage.
And the Hawks have expanded their lead now. We're looking at, I gotta do the math here, guys. 9K. Is that 9K.
Red team's
And this is 16 and a half minutes.
red team's turret.
So at this point, Hawks just need to spend some of their money. Get these item completions. Here comes Nunu. He's looking again. HMG gets hooked in. He flashes out. Pike's in trouble. Nunu does have ult. Doesn't land the end of it. And I think HMG's just going to drop here. It probably would have been better to spend their money a little earlier than getting forced back to base. But let's take a quick peek at the item completions. So Luden's completed for Jackal. Looks like 2 items on HMG. 2.5. We've got 2 items up top for Zodiac. And we've got 2.5 here for Any Day in the jungle. And on the other side, we got 1 item, 1 item, 1 item, 1.5. So, huge advantages here on these upcoming fights. That's Shugi looking for it. He's found the Vex. Jackal on his way. He's got the Pike trapped. Can he find the damage? Here comes Nunu. Jackal no flash. But Zodiac showed up. HMG showed up. And it was all a bait, boys. Nunu goes down. Pike goes down. And the Hawks are going to push up mid. So great job by Sashi Shugi there, just keeping people interested. Had to give his life, but they were able to get 2, and it looks like 3. And I'm not sure if that was Kate dying in the bot lane against Any Day. Too much action to see it all at once. Another big ult there. And now Any Day gonna run this Mundo down. So, rough day for Mundo. Getting bullied all over the place. Now Nunu wants a piece. Can Any Day get out of this? Definitely close. Mid inhibitor on the table. They're gonna have to back off though. And honestly, the fighting just never stops. When you've got this kind of gold lead, which is now, by the way, almost back up to 9K, you really just want to keep fighting, keep taking these objectives. It's hard to say at this point how strong you are compared to everybody else, so if you find somebody out, I think if you're the Hawks, you just take these fights. And I don't think they're going to throw either, because it just feels like they've got such an advantage. Especially with Hecarim and Volibear being so quick to get to plays. So good vision control. Sashisugi doing a good job of keeping this area clean. The dragon is spawned. Any Day gonna make his way over there. Meanwhile, Baron's gonna be on the map in about 20 seconds. Jackal all alone up top. The gank squad is looking for him. He does have TP. Sidesteps the Nunu ball. And Any Day jumping on the Mundo, who also gets caught in the side lane, but Zodiac has arrived. He likes his chances in the 1v3. Nunu popping ult just to hold him off. Zodiac not deterred. And they're going to run from him. He's just a really big, scary bear. So Dragon goes over. The Hawks. 3 dragons now. Soul point. All 6 of the Void Grubs. A 8-ish, almost 9-ish. Yeah, we're looking at exactly a 9-ish K gold lead still. And at 20 minutes, they could definitely be looking to take the Baron here any moment. A kill on Nunu would absolutely secure that. Any day looking, Zodiac going to be coming in from behind. Nunu flashes out, he's running. Any day's going to drop Zodiac in a lot of trouble now. But the boys are coming. Can he stay alive? He's huge. Jackal shows up. Great wall. Sasha Shugi's in. And they're just going to turn it. So once again, UAH, do not fight this volley bear. You can't kill him. Caitlyn having to cleanse. Mike walking in. Does he want it, though? Zodiac close to the point of being executed, but HMG just going to take this mid inhib. Jackal in a little bit of trouble here. HMG walking up. That's a dead fight. That's a dead Caitlyn. Dex is going to take that. I don't know. Dex doesn't win that. Maybe with Nunu's help. HMG versus Mundo happening off screen here. Probably a much more interesting fight than this. I think Mundo wins it, but can HMG get away? Oh, he absolutely can. And then Mundo's going to drop. So is this where they start the Baron? Looks like they're setting up for it. Zodiac going to eat another big snowball here. Jackal TPing in. They're going to push top while they take Baron. Keeping them busy. Baron dropping low really quickly. Nothing UAH can do about it. HMG's going to reset. They've got some gold to spend. With this Baron buff, they can apply pressure anywhere they want. Nunu not giving up just yet. Still rolling the snowballs right at the bear. Still don't recommend doing that. It just tickles him. So let's see what the Hawks do here. They could be setting up to press in 2 different lanes. They've got Baron on everyone. Mundo venturing into the dark here. Here comes Nunu. I don't think he wants this fight at all. And he's going to drop instantly. Speaking of dropping, Caitlyn is next. Any day getting really low. He got ignited, but he's going to survive. And this is just a routing 4 down. Complete 4 for 0 here. And with this Baron buff, the Hawks are just going to push it in. Nothing Mundo can do about this. He's going to try. He's going to look for it. There's one. Any day just scooting all over the place. And it looks like the Hawks have done it here. They're going to drop the tower. They're going to drop the Nexus. Big 2-0 victory for the boys today. Gotta say, excellent draft strategy. Executed well on the comp. Exactly like the first game. Only took them a few minutes to start the snowball. And once it started, it just rolled downhill and there was nothing UAH could do about it. So our boys have secured themselves a spot in the playoffs. Congratulations. Big 2-0 victory today. Have got to be feeling great going into next week.
Yeah, no doubt. I want to say that they're peaking at the right time. I know we started
Oh,
off a little
peaking is the
shaky.
word.
Yeah, we started off shaky at the beginning of the season, but I think this team is one I would not want to play in the playoffs. I think they're very dangerous, and hopefully we can build up on that momentum going into the playoffs starting next week.
Absolutely. These guys are red hot right now.
Oh, yep.
So really excited about some of the changes they've made to their champion pools, putting Zodiac up top in Any Day in the Jungle. This is kind of reverting back to something that they had originally done. Seems to be working out really well, especially on the day. Zodiac looking amazing up top, really putting all kinds of pressure on him up there. But every single lane, every single role, just really showing up to play today. So super excited for them. Super happy about how far they've come, and can't wait for next week and all the playoffs.
I can't wait either. So I think we're going to cut in the stream there on that win. And I want to thank you, Jackie, for co-hosting again. I really appreciate your insight on the game. And I guess we'll see you guys next week for playoff action, League of Legends.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Catch you next time.